Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So today we discuss the general characters of the algae.
Call better message.
Hmm? General characters of what is clear? Hello. Are you audible? So please, all of you keep the mute. Okay. Oh, right. So general characters of the algae. So that is the seventh unit. In this unit, we are discussed the distribution of the algae and the position of the algae in plant kingdom, ranges of the plant body, reproductive system, life cycles, classification, some important means industrial importance and what are the economic importance of the algae. We discuss in this topic. Okay, the algae are the first species on this earth. We know that one. The algae are the first species in this earth, which is to release the oxygen into atmosphere. So that is the study of the algae we known as the phycology. What is that one? Study about the algae known as the phycology. The word the ficus, which is derived from the Greek word, which means the seaweeds. So that's why we are considered as the phycology. So the algae are commonly known as the ponsum and fragile petals and water mosses, seaweeds, etc. All are composed in these seaweeds only. So the fridge is defined the algae as all those talophytic forms that fail to reach the level of the differentiation that is the characteristic of the archegoniate plants. Those are the archegoniate plants. They are not reached the in this archegonia development. The plants belong to the algae. Means primitive structure is there. This algae possess the very primitive structure. Means they cannot differentiate into archegonia or antheridiopore like that development plants like bryophytes and pteridophytes. So the absence of archegonia like structures, which means developed in the bryophyte onwards only. So that belongs to the fungi. So the fungi means that one. These algae are the cosmopolitan in distribution and said to the ubiquitous since they are occur in the wide variety of the habitat, fresh and brackish and marine water, some soils means and moist walls and tree trunks, snows and hot springs also. So everywhere the algae they can grow entire the world. So that's why we call as the ubiquitously the present. So some are the benthic algae grows attached to the various substances and may be classified as the epithelic, which grows on the stones, epiphytic, which are attached to the mud or sand, epiphytic, which are attached to the plants, and epizoic attached to the animals like protozoans and cylindrons, molluscas like that. There, very few are the reported as the parasites also there. That is the example the cephalus. Cephalurus, the occurrence in the leaves of anacardium and also tea leaves. Very less amount of the parasites are there. Some algae, especially the some cyanophyceae members and dinoflagellates, there are the enormous number known as water blooms are caused as the algal blooms. Dinophysi members and dinoflagellates. So those are to cause the or to form the dinoflagellates. Okay. So the algae are transported from the one place to another place through the agency of heights and currents and the agitation by the wind and also by the birds and animals and ships. They are transported either in the vegetative stage or in the form of the reproductive stage also. Okay. So among the algae, some especially the blue-green algae thrives along the persistent snows and some inhabited in the hot springs approximately 50 to 75 degrees centigrade also. Okay. So here, what is the position of the algae in our plant kingdom? In the plant kingdom, the algae are usually studied the first because there are several reasons also there. This is the very primitive are there, so that's why we can see. So the first, the fossil record as a Precambrian period indicate the most ancient organisms to contain the chlorophyll A or probably Cyanophyceae. The second reason, this is the relative simplicity of the plant body, that is the thallus, when compared to other plant groups. So after that one, the sexual reproduction also more elegant is there, which is the great clarity, but on other plants is complicated by the secondary characteristics. So that's why we are to study this. Therefore, the majority of the botanists view the algae likely progenitors of the remaining members of the plant kingdom because the similarity of the pigments also there, that is chlorophyll A and B. So the nature of their photosynthetic storage, uh, that is
Sir,
the,
please use blackboard, sir.
so here blackboard means okay, it's not available is there blackboard, only some the characters are there here. Okay, so type status characters are the means what is the here, if the diagrams are there, so I use the blackboard on that type, but is the only the general characters are there. See this picture, some different types of the algal members are there. Okay. So that is in the form of the starch. So that's why we have to study. Another one is the ranges of the plant kingdom. So what are the ranges means here different forms are there. The algae members are in the different forms are there. See here, there are this some unicellular, palmilloid, and other types also there. Filamentous like structures and different types are there. Okay. The algae is exhibits a great diversity in the organization of the plant body. You know that one. See here. The plant body of the algae varies from the some are the unicellular like chlamydomonas. A single cell is there, that is the chlamydomonas, and to the multicellular complex from the exhibits by the different rhodophyceae and phaeophyceae means seaweeds. The wide range of the forms that are the algae exhibits the ranges from the modification or elaboration of these types. So, for example, the micromonas are the ranges in bacterial size, whereas some seaweeds are the length around the 30 meters microcystic. For example, 30 meters length is there in microcystic. So that's why they are the different in the forms are there. Palmella like structure, unicellular like structure are there. So in the unicellular, that is the chlamydomonas, and heterotrichous character is also there. Coleochaete, membranous type means foliage like structures are there. example alva lactica, and some are the in the tubular like structures are the filament like structures also there, that is the enteromorpha, and just like a it is look like plant body like structures also there, that is the laminaria, but not well developed in the plant body, just like looks like a plant body structures are there, means which are having the roots and leaves like structures are there. So that's why some members are asking what is the chapter here. General characters of the algae, seventh topic. Okay. Okay. So that is the laminaria. So in this one, there are the different few are the root-like structures, stems, and uh, other organs also there. For example, sargassum. Okay. So although those organs lack a vascular tissues but have the conducting cells are there. Vascular tissue is not developed in this type of the algal members, but the conducting tissue is present. Okay. And so what are the here? The growth of the various algae may be diffuses as generalized. It may be localized. In generalized growth, all these cells may be undergoes to divisions only. So that is the organisms undergoes to overall the increase in size like alva lactica. In the localized growth, the cell division is restricted to certain parts of the organism. Therefore, the localized growth may be apical or basal or intercalary based on their what are here. So, apical cells, for example, Kara, we can see the apical growth in the Kala, and bulbocate in the basal cells, and Edogonium we can see in the intercalary cells are divided. So here the thallus organization in the different algae they form in the different types of that. Some are the motile, means motile cells also there. So unicellular motile cells. Example, Chlamydomonas. Motile habitat is there. Habit is there. So that is the single cell. The total body in the form of the a single cell. All organelles are present in the single cell. That is the Chlamydomonas, which are the motile with the help of the flagella. So that one is the motile cells are there. Okay. So another one is the and some are the non-motile cells also there. Non-motile cells, for example, chlorella and tetragonium. These are the non-motile cells are there. Some are the synovial forms, means they are the a undifferentiated number of cells together in a mucilage sheath. Undifferentiated number of cells. Undifferent, there is no unique means specific number. Undifferentiated numbers are there. For example, synedesmus. Okay, some are the palmoid-like structures also present. Palmoid-like structures are there. Means vegetative stage is totally absent. Only the reproductive stage is there. That is the non-motile stage, which are in the different forms are there. And some of the filamentous-like structures are there. Filamentous habit is present also there. That is the Spirogyra. Okay, Spirogyra is also a filament-like structure. Siphonous type. Diaphanesis types also present, that is the Kalarpa and Astabularia. Tubular like structures are there. That one is Kalarpa. So here there are the different types of the cell organelles are there, means thallus organization. So colonial motile type of the organization has been called as a volcanic series, example Valva already. So non-motile gelatinous palmelloid and colonies, which is representing the tetrasporinate series, that is the tetraspora. This is based on their structures here, different types of the uh, organization is the thallus are found. Okay. Next one is the reproductive system of the algae. The reproduction is the process by which living the organisms are propagated and multiply the number of the its individuals. So, here in the algae, the reproduction generally takes place by the three methods are there. That is the vegetative method, asexual method, and the sexual method. In the vegetative methods, vegetative reproduction type is very common in all algae members and takes place during the favorable conditions only. Means the food material, water content, and temperature, humidity. When the favorable conditions are there, the vegetative production is takes place. In unicellular algae, a cell may be divided into two halves to produce a new individual. For example, Crococcus. Crococcus is the best example in the binary fission. The divisions may be repeated in rapid succession. This type of the division is sometimes called as a binary fission. Example, Euglena. Binary fission or maybe unicellular cell division. Two halves to be produced. The Euglena mother cell, it will be divided in the binary fission to give two daughter cells. All organelles are divided and to produce a new individual. In multicellular filamentous forms, the thallus is taken breaks into small fragments. Means each fragment again grows as a new plant body, means nothing but new thalate. The fragmentation of the filament may be due to the either mechanical pressure or expected on the dissolution of the cross wall. The fragments have the capacity that have the capacity to continue the growth and development into a new individuals. The filamentous blue-green algae is reproduced vegetatively by means of the specialized process are there. That one we call as a hormones. In Sinophyceae, last class we discussed the Sinophyceae or that is the Nasdaq and Oscillatoria. Already discussed that one. They are the specialized fragment that one we call as a Harmogonia. The thallus fragments, the small fragments, we call as a Harmogonia. These Harmogonia involved in the reproduction system. Okay. So here, these Harmogones these Harmogones are nothing but the short fragment of the trichome, which are to produced either as a result of the fragmentation by the formation of the biconcave or intercalary separation. Means example oscillatoria. Okay. So usually the Harmogonia exhibits a type of the movement that one we call as a gliding movement. Okay. That one we call as a gilding movement. Some algae also reproduce by means of the adventitious thalli, or by the formation of a few celled branches, which are known as the propagules. Small branches also, some branches also produce. Okay, that one we call as a propagules. So algae also reproduced by the special cells are there, that one actinides. These actinides are the vegetative cell. This is a specialized cell which are very common in the blue-green algae. Yesterday we discussed, means last class we discussed. So these actinides are the larger than remaining vegetative cells. So very thick cell wall is there. An actinide is the vegetative cell which is developed a very thick wall, can withstand unfavorable conditions, and they germinate in the conditions became they favorable. So very large in size and very thick wall is there. They are the resistance to the unfavorable conditions. So when they are the
Sir,
germinate,
actually, we are not getting your voice, sir. Please speak loudly.
so I speak loudly only. Not clear? Hello? Now clear?
Yes, sir, it is fine.
So okay. So this one. Okay. So that is they are resistance in the unfavorable conditions only. So these actinides may be formed in the intercalary cells or terminal cells of the filament. Mainly the besides of the some heterocyte cells in the blue-green algae. So another method is the asexual reproduction. So the asexual reproduction here, see here, this one is a different types of the forms are there in the flagellas are there, different types of the flagellas are. So the asexual reproduction normally occur during the favorable conditions only. The sexual reproduction involves in the production of the one or more the following types of the some spores are produced. Okay, that is the different types of the spores are there. That is the juice spores and aplonospores, autospores, hypnospores, tetraspores, endospores, exospores, and monospores. Any type of the means cytoplasm which is divided and to produce a small spores within the thallus. That one is these different types of the spores are there. So these spores are sexual cells that are germinated without the fission of the produce new individuals. So some cyanobacin members of the rhodophytes, most are group of the produced juice spores, which are motile and unicellular. In some cases, the juice spores lost their motility, and to such spores are called as the aplonospores. Means the juice spores are to produce with the flagella. So that's why they are have that motility capacity. Okay. So voice is not clear. No clear. Hello. Hello.
Sir, still now we are
Okay,
your
clear.
voice.
Huh? Now
No,
clear.
sir.
Hello. Now clear. So some disturbance are there. Okay,
Yes,
I speak loudly. Okay, thank you. So that one we call as aplonospore. There are the lost their motility and flagella. That one we call it aplonospore. If the aplonospores are while still the mother cells appears like the mother cells in the respect to size and that one called as autospores. So sometimes the aplonospores are thicken their wall during some season, means the climatic conditions are there. That one is the hypnospore. So in synobial algae, the reproduction by the autocolony formation. The autocolony is a miniature colony produced with the a parent colony, that is the synedesma. So within the parent colony, so other colonies also there, means daughter colonies also there. That one is the example in the synedesma. So another is the endospores and exospores are occurred in the cyanobacteria, which are the chlorophyta and also there. So some tetraspores, monospores, and aplonospores, beta spores, and gamma spores are also there. So some red algae members, nothing but rhodophyte members, are the these types of the asexual spores are produced. Okay. So in multicellular form, the say asexual spores, the juice spores are formed in the sporangia. That one we call as a juice sporangia. Whereas the sexual cells, they germinate to form the gametangia. The zoospores are motile and equipped with the one or more flagella or commonly contain the chromatophores. Okay, chromatophores are there. A nucleus and eye spot is also present. The most of the zoospores exhibits the photosynthetic response moving towards the light or away from the light. So in the phaeophytic members, there are the two types of the sporangias are produced. So that is the plurilocular sporangia and unilocular sporangia. Plurilocular sporangia means uh, plurilocular sporangia means in the plurilocular sporangia, that means the number of locules are present. So each locule they can produce the different or number of pores are there. Unilocular sporangia, that is the one locule to produce the uh, so many spores are there. So these juice sporogenesis means there is a formation of the spores in the most algae is influenced by the light and temperature, nutrient, osmotic and hydrostatic pressure. Different environmental conditions also to impact the production of the juice sporogenesis. Okay. Another one is the sexual reproduction. So in the sexual reproduction, there is an opportunity for the exchange the genetic material and formation of the new
Sir, please explain briefly.
yes. Sexual reproduction means what is the sexual reproduction means which is the exchange the genetic material from parent cells to daughter cells. Parent cells to daughter cells. So the genetic material are exchanged. So the typically the conversion of the sexual consisting the dikaryon and meiosis is the brought about the variety of methods involved in the union of the male and female organs. Means the sexual reproduction is completely absent in the Synaphysis. That last class we discussed. Synaphysis members they are exhibits only the vegetative reproduction only. So, in the synaphacy, true sexuality is the sense of karyogamia and meiosis is locking, but the parasexuality phenomenon is involved in the recombination of these genus has been reported in some genera. The parasexuality is also there in the synaphacy member. The sexual reproduction here mainly three stages are there, three methods also there, three methods also. That is the isogamy, anisogamy, and oogamy. What is isogamy? Isogamy means the same gametes are which are the morphologically and physiologically similar. That one is the same gametes are fused to form the zygote. That type of the reproduction we call as isogamy. Anisogamy means that is the morphologically similar but are the physiologically dissimilar. Okay, so the physiological means one gametes are very active. That one we are considered as a male gametes. Other hand, they are the inactive stage. That one we consider as a female gamete. The male gametes are very actively small in structure and to reach the oogam means the
Sir,
egg
what is ugami? Can you explain again?
isogamy. Hello,
Ugami, sir.
oogamy. Wait. Isogamy means all gametes are similar in size, structure, shape, and physiological characters. That one is the isogamy. Anisogamy means some gametes are morphologically same but physiologically dissimilar. Some are the very active, some are the inactive condition is there. So active gametes we call as a male gametes and inactive gametes we are considered as a female gametes. The active gametes to reach the female gametes to fuse to form the zygote. So another method is the ugamy. So ugamy, most of the algal members and the ugamy type of the reproduction is present. In ugamy, here different in size, the gametes are different in size and physiological is also dissimilar. Okay, what happened here? The one is the large gamete is there that is considered as a very inactive and a large in size. That gamete we call as the female gamete. Another gametes are small in size, and they
Sir?
are thin. And to reach the female gamete to form fuse and to form the zygote. That is the oogamous type, oogamy type. Okay, oogamous or oogamy. This is in the any method the algae are involved in the reproduction system. The reproductive units are participated in the sexual fusion are variously named according to the morphology and behavior nature of the organ which are they reproduced. Already discussed. Okay. In so that is the ugami type. So that is the sperms are anthrozoids, whatever it is, smaller motile cells, we call as a male gamete. We consider as the male gamete. Okay. And another is the larger size. Larger size, they cannot swim. That one we call as the egg or female gamete. That is the fusion of these two types of the gametes. They are considered as a oogame. Okay. So after the fusion of the gametes, the zygote is formed. The germination of the zygote may be different algae, but usually the content divide to form the juice spore. Okay. These juice spores are germinated into parental plant. In some cases, the zygote germinates directly into the adult plants also. In the Caraphaceae, the germination of the zygote is indirect and to produce the protonema. So a special type of the protonema is also produced in the carophyte, means cara. So from which our adult plant develop sexually, they are reproducing thalli may be homothallic, the showing the fusion of two different between the two gametes and to form the single parent, are heterothallic. They are promoting the fusion between the gametes in the different parents. Maybe either homothallic conditions or either heterothallic gametes are fused to form the zygote. What is the significance of the okay? So this reproduction means what is the importance of the sexual reproduction? The sexual reproduction is prevent the degenerate of the race, which may be a result from continuous sexual reproduction for an indefinite period. So that's why they are to involve the reproduction, sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction gives variety to offspring through the new combination of the genes at the time of the random union of the gamete. So even offsprings of the same parents are differ. So that's why the offsprings are the genetic material will be exchanged in the this type of the reproduction. So number of offsprings produced through the sexual reproduction is more. You know that one. So through the natural selection, the stronger will be survive and weaker will be mm, it will be perish. Means it will destroy. So which is help to continuous the evolutionary process. You know that one. Okay. So another one is the life cycles. Life cycles of algal members. They are the different types of the life cycles are recognized in the algae. So based means depending on the reduction is where it is takes place in the zygote or sporangiosperms where it is occurred in the based on the places here different types of the life cycles are recognized in the algal member. So first one is the haplontic life cycle. Haplontic life cycle in this parent is haploid and it is the dominant phase in their life cycle and the zygote which is represent the only diploid phase which is a reduction which undergoes to reduction division to produce the uh, some gametes are there. That is the occurred in the volvox and edogony. And next one is the diplomatic life cycle. So in this diplomatic life cycle, the parent is the diploid condition, which is the dominant phase. Diploid phase is the dominant phase. And the gametes are constituted in the haploid phase only. Very small period is there. The reduction division takes place at the time of the gametes formation in the diploid phase. Okay, that is the example in diagram. Another type of the life cycle is the diplohaplontic life cycle. In this type life cycle, there is the alternation of the generation is occurred. Means diploid sporophyte with the haploid gametophyte. Two types of the stages are there. Diploid sporophyte and haploid gametophyte. Each are they are coming in the alternate one by one. The thallus are four types are there. That is the haploid and diploid. Both morphologically similar and or both are the dominant stage. So the reduction division takes place at the time of the formation of the spores by the sporophyte. Another type of the life cycle is here, haplobiontic life cycle. Haplobiontic means two haploid generations are there. So that is the gametophytes and carposporophytes. They are the alternate with diploid one represented by the zygote. Okay. So another one is the diplobiontic life cycle, which belongs to the rhodophytes exhibits in this type of. Here, two diplomatic phases are there. So two diplomatic individual phases are there, that is the carposporophyte and tetrasporophyte, which are alternate in the one haploid phase, that is the gametophytic phase. So here example, polysiphonia. So what happened here? Diplobiontic life cycle here, two diploid stages are there. Phases are diploid phases are there, that is the carposporophyte and tetrasporophyte, which is the alternate with the gametophytic phase. So since the life cycle involved two diploid phases are there, and one is the haploid phase, the life cycle said the diplobiontic life cycle. So because there is no differentiation in the morphology of the different phases, so it is the isomorphic. That's why we call it as isomorphic alternation of the generation. Okay. So next topic is the classification of the algal members. So in the algal members, different scientists are classified into different classes are there. Lydius is described the 12th century. Four classes are there, that is the mixophycy, chlorophycy, pheophycy, and rhodophycy. So after some color of the thallus, which is considered as the important criteria for the classification of these algal members, means pigments. Based on the pigments, color of the thallus means nothing but the pigments presentation. Pigments, what type of the pigments are present in the thallus? So that criteria is very important for the classification of the algal member. Okay. So here in the Fritz, so the Fritz is the algal biologist, is classified the algal members into 11 classes. 11 classes are there. That is the chlorophycy, xanthophycy, chrysophycy, bacillariophycy, cryptophycy, dinophycy, and chloromonidae, euglene, pheophycy, rhodophycy, and another one is the mixophycy. So based on their characters, here prosophycy means commonly called as a green algae. Okay. So the color of the member of these green algae, which is the presence of chlorophyll A and B, and xanthophyll keratin also have that one. So reserve food material is the starch. Pyranid also present, usually is the present, and reproduction system we can see the isogamous to oogamous. Any three methods are involved. They can grow in the fresh water, but some few members are formed in the marine water. This is the chlorophycy character. Another one is the xanthophycy character. That one we call as the yellow-green color is there. So the majority of the members are freshwater, few are the marine water. The pyrenids are absent. Chromatophores also there. So oil is the reserve food material, and the sexual reproduction is rare occurrence, but is the presence are the isogamous method is involved in the xanthophycy member. Another one is the cryophycy. So these members are marine water as well as the fresh water only. The pigment is the phycoerythrin, and oil and leucine are the reserve food material. If the reproduction is the isogamous type, okay. And another one is the bacillariophycy. Fourth class is the bacillariophycy. These bacillariophycy is commonly called as a diatom. So these diatoms formed in the diatomaceous earth, which is economically, industrially is more valuable product, byproduct of the diatom, where the dyed diatoms are together to form a highly resistance, heat resistance byproduct will be generated on the coastal area. So which is the fresh water or marine water as well as there. This one is the golden brown in color is there. Okay. So variously ornamentation, which is the taxonomic importance, the pyranidals is present in the chromatophore, and other food material is in the form of the oil, violetin, and leucocyte. Okay, so another type of the class here. So another type is the that is the Dinophysi members. These Dinophysi, uh, the most common unicellular and motile and biflagellate, and have these sculpture cells are there. And the nucleus is the prominent and large, and the chromatophores are discoid, and which are the dark and brown in color. So here, Dinophysi is what is the brown in color is there due to the presence of the xanthophyll. And the reserve food material is also starch, and the sexual reproduction is rare, but it is when it is the presence in isogamous type. So different types of there. Okay. And another one is the Pheophysi, that one we call as the brown algae, and Rhodophysi, commonly we call as the red algae. So the 11th class is the Myxophysi, blue-green algae, that one we call as a blue-green algae. So mostly freshwater forms and simple thallus is present, and their looks in blue-green color is there due to the phycoerythrin and phycocyanin. So that's why they are in the blue-green color. So here the chromatophores also present, and they are belongs to the prokaryotes also. That is the definitive nucleus is not present. Okay, and reserve food material is the glycogen, and the sexual reproduction totally absent. The motile cells are not produced due to. Okay, so another one is the another topic is the economic importance. This is very important. Economic importance of the algae. Okay, very important topic. This one. So the algae mainly in industry uses. They are produced in the agar agar. So agar agar means jelly type of the byproduct is there. It is the phycocolloid obtained from the cell walls of the rhodophysi member, which is the gelidium and gracilaria. So mainly involved in the industrial oriented. So the extract of jelly contains the galactose and sulfate. It melts between 90 degrees to 100 Fahrenheit and is sulfide at the low temperature. Okay. So mainly these agar agar we can use it in the tissue culture, means culture media. We can use it in the culture media. So bacterial culture and tissue culture, fungal culture, algal culture, any type of the culture.
Sir, please repeat once again.
So the agar agar mainly involved in the culture media, means algal culture, tissue culture. Any type of the tissue culture, this agar is mainly used. Okay, it is widely used in the tannin, leather, and sometimes cosmetic industry also. Okay, so this agar agar means a jelly type of the product which is produced in the gelidium and gracilaria of the rhodophysi members. Another important is the alginic acids or alginates. Okay, alginic acids and alginates are produced from this algae members. Not clear. So it is the copolymer complex of the manuronic and
Sir, voice
chloronic
is not
acid. So, for example, macrocyst.
Sir. Sir, we can't hear you, sir. Not voice is not clear. Voice is not clear, sir.
Now clear. Now visible. Now audible. Now audible? Hello, hello. Now clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
So another production is the carrageenan. So carrageenan, which is the main chief source of the red algae, Chondrus cryptus, and this is the and lesser extract of the Giganterana and Hypnea species. So carrageenan is used in the food and textile, pharmaceutical and leather industry, and some beverage industries also. It is used as a component of the toothpaste and deodorants, cosmetics, and paints also. Okay, another one is the diatomaceous. Diatomite or diatomaceous here. Another one is the Kushalgur. Kushalgur or diatomaceous diatomite is a rock log of depositions formed from the uh, indestructible and silicified crystals of the past diatom. So all the dead diatoms are together to form a these type of the rock type of the diatomaceous cell. So it is white and soft, light and but highly porous, fire-proof substances are there. Heat substances. It has the abrasive qualities and chemically insert because these properties it may be used in industries. So an excellent filtering material for the beverage, sugar, chemical industries. There are these diatomaceous steps we can use as a filter. And another one is in the illumination of the refrigerators also, boilers and hot cold pipe. It contains the toothpaste, tooth powders, bleaching powders, etc. also. It is used in the glass industry, bras and paint, another varnish, and some leather industries also. Okay. It is used as a reinforcing agent in the both concrete and rubber. So it is used in the packing corrosive material and also manufacturing of the diatomite. So this diatomite used in the sugar refineries also, brewing and paper industry. Okay. So another minerals also obtained from the algal members. What type of the minerals are obtained these algae here? Iodine. Iodine, you know that one. Iodine is a very important mineral in our body. So iodine is obtained from the clamp like laminaria and Eclonia and Isenia fucus. So these algal members are rich in iodine and commonly which are the commercially is exploited. Okay. In France and Japan from the Ascophyllum and Russia from the Phylophora, commercially iodine is extracted. Another mineral is obtained from the so bromine. Bromine is also a very important mineral. It can be obtained from the red algae, that is the Polycyphonia and Rhodomilla. And some glues also obtained from these algal members. That is the red algae means the Glyopteris frusticans is the chief source of the glue in Japan country. So that is Japan. That one we call as a finori. The commonly we call as a finori. It is used for the sizing paper and cloth industry. And color agents also obtained from these algal members. So that is the microalgae production of the colonizing agents which are used in the natural dyes for the food industry, cosmetic and pigments in the animal feed. Another one is the alcohol is also alcohol industry also. chlorella and chlamydomonas are capable for the production of the ethanol and other alcohol products also there. And these mainly the bioremediation. The algae mainly used in the bioremediation also. So algae in agriculture uses. So first one is the biofertilizer. Algae means the cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria are used as a biofertilizer. Seaweeds are the particularly used in the fertilizers industry in India. So brown algae, red algae are the largest species which are the richer in the potassium and phosphorus and other organic manure. So some algae are also involved in the nitrogen fixation also. These aloe vera, anabina, nasta. They have the heterocyst special type of the heterocyst cells are there. They are involved in the nitrogen fixation. That one we call as the biofertilizer. So algae as a food, you can use it as a food industries also. The phaeophyce members are laminaria and aloe vera. These are used chlorophysic members are Calarpa, Alva lactica, Enteromorpha, Monostroma. These are used as a food in Japan, China, other countries. So in Japan, China, and Korea, these Porphyra and Laminaria are cultivated as a Nuri and Kombu. They are the different names, specialized names are there in the farm Nuri and Kombu, which are very rich in the vitamin B and C. So other commercial seafood names are the Misto and Dulce from the Rhodamine area.
Sir, agar means
Sorry,
agar means sir.
agar is the byproduct of the agar means that is a jelly-like product, subproduct,
Okay,
which
sir.
is the obtained from rhodophyceae members. Okay, a jelly
Okay, sir.
product is
Thank.
there, so that is mixed in the medium culture. Okay, so another one is the spirulina. This spirulina is the single cell protein which is contained in the around the 50 to 60% of the proteins also there. So this spirulina we can use in the pharmaceutical industry and culture industry and cultivated chlorella. Chlorella, another type of the chlorophyll members, which is also single cell protein, which contain the above to 50% of the protein, 20% of carbohydrates, and 20% fats also there. Okay, so these algal members are used in the different. Some algal members are sewage treatment. In the sewage treatment also there, and some experimental works also used these algal members. So experimental level means chlorella, synedesmus, anabina, and nostoc. These are used in the experimental level. And algae are used as a pollution indicators. So where the pollution is developed means water is contaminated. That area is the algae will grow. Some example, the nascent algae include the blooms of the aloe vera and microcystis. They are developed. So the algae in biofilling agents also used, and algae water supplies are there. Okay, so in this topic here, the general characters are so here in this class we are discuss the general characters of the algae. Means thallus organization and uh, here reproductive system and ranges of the plant body, and another one is the life cycles, classification, and economic importance of algae. Okay, So this is the economic importance of algae is a very important topic, and classification of the algae. Which classification also very important. The algae is classified into 11 classes. Which is classified these algae into 11 classes. That one is also important in your exam point of view. Okay. 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 Thank you for the. So thank you for the attending class. So okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank 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 you, sir.
हमारे पापा करते जा रहे देख हमारे पापा करते जा रहे
Aparna, hi. Are you BJC group?
Who is this? Hello.
I am also BJC group. Hi.
Hi, hi. Where are you from?
I am in Mehbubnagar, Naupet.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Aisha Jueria.
Okay, okay. So, please, video on your video.
Hi.
Hi,
Name, please.
hi.
నాగా ఎవరు
Okay, is there any
హలో
group?
ఎవరు
Diksha Aparna, please send me your number.
Okay, you should tell your number first. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Name?
I can't hear your voice.
Name.
Diksha Aparna.
కొంచెం మంచం చేస్తారా ఆల్రెడీ
Yes, I am from BJC.
Okay, we are the BJC.
Okay. Any group is there for BJC?
No.
Okay. So create the group. We can't hear your voice.
Name. What is your name? I'm asking.
Diksha Aparna.
Diksha Aparna. Okay.
Your name Vanilla?
Vinoda, my name is.
Vinoda. Okay. Where are you from? Karnool. Okay. Okay.
Hi.
MJ.
Classes కి అటెండ్ అయ్యావా ఇంతకు ముందు?
Attend అయ్యాను.
ఇక్కడ చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు కదా, నంబర్ ఎలా ఇవ్వాలి? ఓకే.
క్లాసెస్ అంటే డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వల్ల వినిపించలేదు బట్ అటెండ్ అయ్యాను.
నేను కూడా పొద్దునే కెమిస్ట్రీ క్లాస్ కి అటెండ్ అయ్యాను. నేను లాస్ట్ మినిట్ లో అటెండ్ అయ్యాను. నేను కూడా క్లాస్ వినలేదు.
కెమిస్ట్రీ క్లాస్ ఫుల్ విన్నాను నేను.
నేను attend
యూట్యూబ్ లో లింక్ ఉంటుంది,
తొందరగా లేట్ అయింది.
అప్పుడు చూసుకోవచ్చు మనం.
నాకు
Okay.
ఒకసారి రన్నింగ్ నోట్స్ సెండ్ చేస్తావా నాకు ఒకసారి?
రన్నింగ్ నోట్స్ అంటే నేను పెద్దగా ఏమీ రాయలేదు, జస్ట్ ఏదో నార్మల్ గా అలా రాసాను అంతే.
అంటే సార్ క్లాస్ చెప్తారు కదా, అప్పుడు రన్నింగ్ నోట్స్ రాస్తారు కదా మీరు.
రన్నింగ్ నోట్స్ అంటే ఏదో అంటే రాసాను ఏదో లైట్ గా. సార్ అయితే రోజు ఐసోలేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఎన్ఏ మెటల్ గురించి చెప్పారు, డౌన్ ప్రాసెస్ చెప్పారు, క్లాస్టర్ ప్రాసెస్ చెప్పారు కెమిస్ట్రీ సార్.
ఓకే, నేను ఇవ్వాలని అటెండ్ అయినా స్టార్టింగ్ క్లాసెస్.
ఓకే ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ నీ నెంబర్ చెప్పు, దాన్ని బట్టి నేను కాల్ చేస్తా.
నా నంబర్ 999 ఉంటుంది లాస్ట్. వినోద్ అన్న నేమ్ వచ్చేసి అక్కడ వినిలా అని వస్తుంది.
నెంబర్స్ నాకు తెలుసు, అదేంటి చూపించట్లేదు నా మొబైల్లో.
ఓకే
హే, మీ అందరి దగ్గర బుక్స్ ఉన్నవా?
బుక్స్ లేవు మా దగ్గర.
రన్నింగ్ నోట్స్ ఏనా?
బుక్స్ తీసుకోలేరా మీరు ఇంకా?
లేదు, ఇవ్వలేదు ఇంకా మాకు.
అవునా?
మాకు ఇవ్వలేదు,
మాకు
ఇంకా
ఇచ్చారు.
అవ్వలేదని చెప్పారు.
అందరు ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ మాకు ఇచ్చారు బుక్స్.
మాకు కూడా ఇచ్చారు కాలేజ్ లో. తెలుగు ఇంగ్లీష్ ఇచ్చారు, ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ బుక్ ఒకటి ఇచ్చారు, ఇంకోటి ఇచ్చారు.
ఓకే, నీ
అందరు
నెంబర్
ఫస్ట్
చెప్పు.
ఇయర్స్
హా,
ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఎప్పుడు ఎలా ఉంటాయి కొంచెం ఎవరైనా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి.
ఎగ్జామ్స్ క్లాసెస్ అటెండ్ తర్వాత ఉంటాయి కదా, ఇప్పుడే ఉండే కదా మనకు.
మనకి ఇప్పుడు అప్పుడే ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉండవు.
రెగ్యులర్ వాళ్ళకి అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మనకు ఉంటాయి కదా ఎగ్జామ్స్, ఇప్పుడు ఉంటాయి కదా.
ఓకే, మీరు అందరు
కాదు.
డిస్టెన్స్ లోనే కట్టారా?
హే, టేబుల్ ఇచ్చారు కదా, టైం టేబుల్.
టైం టేబుల్ ఇచ్చింది అది మన ఎగ్జామ్స్ కి కాదు, ఈ ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ వినడానికి ఇచ్చారు. అది ఒకసారి చూడండి, క్లియర్ గా అర్థం.
ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా ఇచ్చారు,
అదే ఆన్లైన్.
అసలు స్టార్టింగ్ నుండి మొత్తం ఇచ్చారు.
అవునా? ఒకసారి స్క్రీన్ అది పంపించండి ఒకసారి.
హా,
ఎవరు మీ పేరేంటి మాట్లాడి? క్లియర్ గా అర్థమవుతుంది వాయిస్.
నవ్యశ్రీ,
నవ్యశ్రీ. ఎక్కడి నుంచి?
వెస్ట్ గోదావరి.
ఓకే ఓకే. ఐ మీన్ నాకు వచ్చింది లిస్ట్, అందులో ఓన్లీ ఈ షెడ్యూల్ ది చూసాను నేను కూడా.
హా,
అందులో ఎగ్జామ్ డేట్ అని ఏమి ఇవ్వలేదు, క్లాసెస్ అటెండ్ అవ్వడానికి ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ ఏంటి ఏ టైం అన్ని ఉన్నాయి అంతే. ఎగ్జామ్ టైం టేబుల్
హాయ్ వినీలా.
టైం టేబుల్ ఇవ్వలేదులే, కానీ అది ఇచ్చారు కదా, మేబీ మార్చ్ లో జరుగుతాయి అన్నారు కదా.
మార్చింది నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ కదా, ఇంకా 10 days అయితే అయిపోతాయి. ఫిబ్రవరి
మార్చ్ ఏప్రిల్ లో మేబీ జరగచ్చు.
మార్చ్ అంటే కష్టం లేదంటే ఏప్రిల్ లో ఉంటాయి కావచ్చు. అదే రెగ్యులర్ వాళ్ళకి అయిపోయిన తర్వాత మనకు ఉంటాయి.
బుక్స్ లో ఏం లేవు.
మాకు ఇచ్చారు ఇక్కడ ఓన్లీ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఇవ్వలేదు, ఓన్లీ లాంగ్వేజ్ బుక్స్ ఇచ్చారు. తెలుగు, ఇంగ్లీష్, ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ బుక్స్ ఇచ్చారు అంతే.
మాకు సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఇచ్చారు, లాంగ్వేజెస్ ఇవ్వలేదు.
మాకు లాంగ్వేజ్ ఇచ్చారు, సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఇవ్వలేదు. అంటే బుక్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయినాయి అంటే అయితే కాల్ చేసింది సార్, వెళ్ళాలి కాలేజ్కి వెళ్ళి తీసుకొచ్చుకోవాలి.
ఓకే, ఏదైనా గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్ చేయపోయారా?
అదే మనకు అంటే బైపీసీ
బీజెడ్సీ గ్రూప్ అనేది ఒక గ్రూప్ చేయండి.
క్రియేట్ చేస్తే బాగుంటుంది.
బీజెడ్సీ వాళ్ళ గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్ చేసి డౌట్స్ ఉన్నా క్లియర్ అయిపోతాయి. మన క్లాసెస్ రన్నింగ్ సెండ్ చేయడానికి ఉంటుంది.
ఎవరైనా బీజెడ్సీ గ్రూప్ చేయండి ప్లీజ్.
మీరు చేయొచ్చు కదా మరి.
నాకు నంబర్స్ తెలియదు కదా, ఎవరి నంబర్ ఇస్తాను, ఎవరైనా చేయండి.
నంబర్స్ అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా కాల్ ఎలాగో, మా నంబర్ సేవ్ చేసుకో. ఎవరైనా ఇట్లా కాంటాక్ట్ అయితే నేమ్ అడిగి సేవ్ చేసుకున్న తర్వాత గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్ చేసి అయిపోద్ది కదా. ఇప్పుడు మేము మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా, క్రియేట్ చేసేసుకో. ఇదే నీకు కూడా కన్ఫ్యూజ్ ఉండే గుర్తుంటది నేమ్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకుంటే.
పర్సనల్ చార్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, నెంబర్ సెండ్ చేసుకోండి.
నంబర్స్ మీ పేరేంటి?
హలో వినీలా.
వినీలా కాదు, నా పేరు వినోదా యాక్చువల్లీ.
వినోదా.
మీ పేరేంటి?
నా నా పేరు ఐషా జువేరియా. ఒక గ్రూప్ చేయండి, బీజెడ్సీ గ్రూప్.
అదే నేను అదే చెప్తున్నా ఇంతకు ముందు. గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే బీజెడ్సీ వాళ్ళంతా ఒక దగ్గర ఉంటది. ఇప్పుడు వేరే వాళ్ళందరూ ఉంటారు కదా, వేరే బ్యాచ్ వాళ్ళు కూడా.
ఓకే, మీ నంబర్ ఇవ్వండి. ఎందుకంటే బీజెడ్సీ గ్రూప్
95
ఒక నిమిషం ఆగండి. 9542
101
101 999. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే.
ఎందుకంటే బీజెడ్సీ ఎవరు తెలియదు.
ఎవరికెవరు తెలియదు కదా, ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ అటెండ్ అయితే తెలుస్తాయి, మళ్ళీ ఎగ్జామ్ సెంటర్కి వెళ్తే తెలుస్తాయి కదా ఎవరికైనా.
దీక్ష నంబర్ తెలుసా?
తెలీదు, తన నంబరు చెప్తే అయినా.
ఫస్ట్ సెమ్ కి ఇంపార్టెంట్ లెసన్స్ చెప్తారా ఎవరైనా?
ఎవరు? ఒకసారి సార్ కి అనుకుంటే, సార్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్పండి అంటే మనం దాన్ని బట్టి ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వచ్చు ఎగ్జామ్స్ కి ఈజీ ఇప్పటి నుంచి. అంటే మళ్ళీ అప్పటికంటే కష్టం అవుతాయి కదా.
బ్లాక్స్ 4 బ్లాక్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, 4 బ్లాక్స్ ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలా?
అదే ఎక్కువ కొంతమంది క్లాస్ అంటే కరెక్ట్ గా క్లాసెస్ వినం కదా మనము. అదే చెప్తున్నా. సార్ కి అనుకొని మళ్ళీ క్లాస్ చెప్తారా రేపు ఒకసారి? సార్ కి అనుకుంటా ఇప్పుడు సరే అంటే మెయిన్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో ఒకసారి క్వశ్చన్స్ చెప్పండి, మోడల్ ఎట్లా ఉంటాయని చెప్పి కనుక్కుంటే సార్ చెప్తారు కదా, దాన్ని బట్టి మనం ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వచ్చు. అంటే లాంగ్ షార్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా.
ఓకే, ఎవరైతే గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళ పేరు చెప్తారా కొంచెం?
ఎవరు క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నట్టున్నారు కదా గ్రూప్?
నవ్యశ్రీ అంటే ఎవరు?
కీర్తి సుధాన్ అంట.
కీర్తి సుధా.
దీక్షా అపర్ణ నీ నంబరేనా? లాస్ట్ 57
1857.
1857.
1857.
గ్రూప్ ఎవరు యాడ్ చేస్తున్నారు?
ఎవరు యాడ్ చేస్తున్నారు ఏమో చెప్పట్లేదు నేమ్. ఒకసారి నేమ్ చెప్తే మనకు కూడా అంటే కన్ఫర్మ్ ఉంటాయి కదా.
మేము కూడా చేయొచ్చు, వాళ్ళు చేయకపోతే.
అదే ఎవరు చేస్తున్నారు ఒకసారి కనుక్కోండి, ఒకసారి కనుక్కుంటే అర్థం అవుతుంది.
ఎవరు చేయకపోతే నేను చేస్తాను గ్రూప్ క్రియేట్. నంబర్స్ ఇచ్చారు కదా.